same neighborhood watch group. And she turns out she knew my husband, and it's so funny because just with schedules we've never met yet. And she's like, we should meet this week. I'm like, yeah, we totally should. She's like, how's Wednesday? I'm like, Wednesday we're getting family massages for the first time. I'm like, that won't work. She's like, how about Sunday? Like, it's funny. It's like
It's hard to get people together.
I know, but yet we're so the same. Like, just
Yeah.
so many things are the same, and I'm like, this is so weird. Like, again, same, you know. And now they're moving. They're trying to sell their house to move to South Carolina.
Oh my, that's a big change.
Yeah, they're ready for warm. I don't blame them.
I can understand that.
Totally. So, well, ladies, for everybody watching, we're chit-chatting. We're going to get started with our 21-day fix support call. And this is for a lot of you that week in between. And, you know, Amy was sharing that this week she's going to go to the gym and do a few things that you know, maybe she hasn't done, some elliptical, some, you know, it's still movement, but it's not, you know, super strenuous, but you're going to get a good sweat on, some stretching. This can be like a recovery week for you. And I'm going to just say this out there because I'm that person who has done that before. Don't use it as a free-for-all for 7 days to eat what you want and pig out, because then you'll end up gaining half of what you already took 3 weeks to lose. Don't do that to yourself. Take it from me. So if you want, if there's been something that you've been wanting to have, you know, say you love birthday cake or something. I'm only saying that because my birthday was yesterday. But say you love birthday cake. Don't go buy a whole sheet of cake. They sell pieces now. Buy a piece. You know what I mean? They sell them. They sell little pieces. They sell slices of cheesecake. Do yourself a favor and go buy the slice. Yes, it's probably cheaper per slice if you get the whole thing, but you're not going to leave the whole thing alone. You know, you're going to eat a piece and then another piece, and then tomorrow you'll have 2 more pieces. And yeah, so go buy a slice if you've been looking for something, if you're a sweet person. Or if there's something that you've just been wanting and you haven't been having it, but it's just on your mind, have a portion of it, you know, and really savor the flavor. And a lot of the times when we have that first bite, it's not as glorious as what we believed it to be in our minds, because we were just romancing that bite and that food, whatever it was. It's not as fantastic usually. You're like, I remember it tasting better. And it's funny because that's what happens when you eat healthier and cleaner. Your body starts to clean itself out, and it's not used to stuff that's not real. So if, say, you normally love a certain cheesecake from a certain place, and they use a bunch of, I don't know, artificial stuff in there, you're going to taste it, and it's not going to taste like that decadent cheesecake, where you could probably make a more fantastic, clean recipe cheesecake than what you can, you know, out. So, you know, be adventurous. If there's something that you want, try to make it yourself at home with clean ingredients, you know, so that you have, you know, 5 ingredients or less in something, and you know exactly what they are, where they come from, and all that stuff. No preservatives, you know, funky stuff. So do yourself a favor, and if that's what you want to do, do that, but be smart about it. So coming into this week, or before I end that, make sure if you had sent before pictures, excuse me, I always get like hiccup burps when I'm on these things, and I don't know why. So I apologize for that. If you are a person who sent your before pictures, your measurements and your weight to your coach, I don't care how your 21 days went, if you feel like you screwed up, or if you feel like there was no change, or if 2 days in you threw in the towel, send them. Send them. Because your coach will give you a side-by-side picture collage for you only. It's not to share. It's not, oh, we're going to give this to you and now I expect to share it. That's not our role. It's so you could see what happened, you know. And for some people, you're going to see some change. You're going to see some line definition in your abs. And what I mean by that is you're going to start to see some areas sink in that were not sunk in before, that were maybe coming, what is the word, concave, convex, that were convex. Concave goes in, yeah. So you're going to start to see some small changes. And even if you're a person who loves the scale, but thank goodness you did your measurements, you're going to see some changes, even if the scale didn't budge that much, okay? Some people, the scale goes up a little bit because you didn't have much muscle going on there, and your body is craving it, body loves it. So focus on the journey, take your picture so you have that, so you can see what's become. It's almost like, you know, if you're a new mom and you don't like how you feel, how you look, so you don't want yourself in those pictures at the hospital. And then you're not in the pictures for the first couple months because you just don't feel like yourself. You feel frumpy. You're not getting enough sleep. You're not doing your hair and makeup. You feel gross. And I say that because that's how I felt. Not everybody does. And I wasn't in a lot. So sometimes, when you don't take the pictures of your journey, you look back and you're like, but what was my journey? I don't know because I didn't take the pictures. And nobody likes that picture thing at first, but once you start taking them, you start to be able to compare where you're at to where you began. So then you have this picture, 20, 30, 60, 90, 120 days down the road that you compare to your day one, and it will blow your mind. And it doesn't have to be, oh, you lost 90 pounds in 90 days. It doesn't have to be like that. It's just that you're going to see some amazing strength in that after than what you had in the beginning, and it's going to help you to keep moving. Nobody else can motivate you internally except for you. You seeing you is what's going to keep you moving forward instead of quitting, okay? So take those and give those to your coach, and he or she will hook you up. Now, for the next one, we've got some things in mind to kind of help people stay a little bit more accountable, because we found that a lot of people kind of fell off this time, and it happens. Valentine's Day was there, and a lot of people fell off shortly after that. Happens, but that doesn't mean because Valentine's Day was a weekend or a day that you have to throw in the towel for the next week and a half. You don't have to do that. But it can make you feel like you do, because if you're an all or nothing thinker, you're thinking, I already screwed it up. Might as well just keep eating what I want. Let's order pizza, kids, whatever. So with that being said, we are going to have we have some things up our sleeves. It's going to be a little bit different than what we've run the last. We're kind of pretty much checked in every day and allowed everybody to just keep the group moving, share your accountability how you wanted to. But we're going to offer a nice little prize at the end for people who are completely all in, because we think that it's fun, and sometimes it's nice to have that extra little incentive for the days we don't feel like it, for the days that the food is hard, and for the days that we think, if I don't eat all my containers, nobody will know. Or if I just have this, it's not a big deal, then I'll double up my workouts tomorrow. We don't want you to get into that crazy cycle that we can play in our minds and justify it as being okay. And with all the excuses we have, we want you to stay focused and just do what you're supposed to do for 21 days. That's it. So you can see what you're capable of and possibly win our very cool prize. And I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You'll find out. But we get started on March 2nd. So that means the weekend before, you're going to want to start thinking about taking your before pictures, your measurements, and your beginning weight, because things are going to happen. You're going to get busy, and you are going to get to that point where you go, oh my gosh, I forgot. It's already day one. And nobody likes to take their weight at the end of the day. And if you do, party on. But if you're that person who forgot and you take your weight at the end of the day, just make sure you do the same thing whenever you do your final weigh-in. No, it's still going to show the same results, but I think for a lot of us it's that mind game. So take the weekend before and do those. If you're not sure, we will post up a prep week. We're going to start a prep week starting tomorrow, so everybody can get ready, start to get mentally ready. And for those of you just getting your programs, some of you just ordered yesterday. For you getting your programs, you're going to be able to have a little bit of an idea what to expect, because you're going to get your goods and it's going to be go time, like within the next day. So we'll help you through that. Do you have any questions going into this, Amy? Or maybe any advice for people doing their round?
Oh, that's a good point. I definitely agree with you that, one day or even one bad weekend is not a reason to just give up on the next week and a half. Definitely, get back onto your plan, get back on the horse and say, okay, that was yesterday, or, that was a cheat meal or whatever it is, and then get back to your workouts, get back to hydrating, because just incrementally your body will start to want to be healthy and do the workouts. And so yeah, I found that it's that consistency that makes the difference.
Yeah. Now, when you think back to your very first week, were there moments where you felt like you just wanted to quit?
Well, so yeah, I mean, definitely doing the workouts, or not so much quit, but just I don't want to make the time to do it, I think. And then But the accountability of the group kept me going of like, no, I want to post, I want to say that I did something, other people are posting their workouts. And the other thing about the group is, people are posting that they're getting up at 5 in the morning to do this and, stuff like that. So you can make the time, whether it's in the morning or, you rock out the 10-minute abs at 10 minutes to midnight. So, yeah, it's worth making, because it's only a half hour. You have a half hour in your day. So it's just keep going and make the time for it, even if it's not at your usual workout time.
Yeah, totally agree. And what's neat is, you can think is, what if my best friend said she needed to, or called and needed to talk to me? Would I sit down and talk to her for a half hour? Would I make the time?
Right.
We would.
Yeah.
But it can feel so selfish for those of us that aren't used to giving ourselves time. That are used to giving to others. It can feel like we're not worthy. And I think that's where, just to be that extra boost, to be that extra help. And we always say that the group is, it's really nice, and sometimes people use it when they're on and they completely isolate from it when they're not completely perfect with something. And that's when we need to lean on the group, is when we're feeling like we're pulling away. That's when we need it the most.
Yeah.
So that we don't pull away forever and then really don't not feel well about ourselves. But how we're going to change up some of the things too, I'll give you guys a sneaky peeky, is we're going to have a lot of personal accountability on your part so that it is a little bit more, oh gosh, what's the word? I'm not very good with words sometimes. Not maybe official. Say that again. Structured? Structured? Yeah, it could be structured. So we're going to do like an Excel document, but everybody's going to be in charge of their own stuff. Okay? So we want to make sure that people are getting in, if they're doing Shakeology in workout, that they're getting those in, and when they're getting them in, that kind of stuff. And if you're doing just the workout and the food only, we want to make sure that you have that accountability in there for that. And it's going to basically be, if you're showing up, and sharing every single day, you're going to be in the running for this prize. It's not necessarily who's the biggest loser, because I think sometimes that can really deflate people really easily, especially if you see someone posting, oh my gosh, I lost 8 pounds in my first week, and you're like, oh, well, I only lost 3. Well, that stinks. And then that person's done with the program because they're thinking, I'm not even in the running and I'm not as good as that person. I suck. We don't want people to think that. We want we want to reward people who are showing up. We want to reward people for doing what it takes to do the program, especially when it feels hard. Or if a person says, you know what, in problem solving, I had my food and I forgot it on the counter, when I went to work. So what did that person do? How did they figure it out so that they could still eat in those 9 hours that they were gone, so that when they get home, they're still happy with themselves? And that's what we want, is we want people to continue to move forward feeling good about who they are right now, who they're creating, and who they're going to be. So we want to give that accountability back to you, but have it be more structured. Thank you for the word, Amy. Thank you for the word. So it's going to involve, so instead of us trying to go through and keep track of who's participating, you guys are going to keep track of your own stuff. And we trust you completely. You guys are in there. We trust you completely. And we will be looking at that. And basically, you would earn, the way we're looking at it right now, and we'll have more specifics on, I'll do a video, and even with pictures. We're gonna do something kind of point-based with that. So if you're participating 7 out of 7 days, you get 7 tickets. So that it's based on participation. So if you're a person who was 3 out of 7 days, you're not out because you weren't perfect at 7 out of 7, but you get 3 tickets. You get what you give. So, and even if somebody says, darn it, it's almost midnight, and I didn't get my workout in yet because life happened, who knows, maybe their child was at the ER, something crazy, and they're home now, and they're tired, but darn it, I'm going to get a point if I do my workout, and then they feel good. Then they feel good, and if that darn point made them do it so they feel good, that's what we want. So that's our plan, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm really excited about what it is. I love like my love language is gifts, you know, like I think it's so exciting, but yet I'm not a good recipient because I'm like, I try to guess and play 20 questions because I kind of want to know, but I don't really, but I'm so curious and that gnaws at me, and I'm like, okay, I think this is what it is, but I really don't want to know, but I want to play the guessing game. It's this crazy catch-22 in my head, but I love giving gifts, and I think they're really exciting and fun. So that's that. So something new coming on March 2nd for more accountability, more feel-good stuff. And if you guys are into, I know that we shared the You Are a Badass, how do they say it? The book is You Are a Badass, and it's like how to, something like bring out your inner greatness, or I don't know.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but it was such a good book. So if there's something that you guys are going to be reading or want to share with the group that you think is going to help with how we feel about ourselves and our worthiness internally, absolutely share it with the group, because if it's benefiting you guys on some kind of emotional level and a feel-good level, it's probably going to speak to somebody else in the group too. So, and that's always nice. And it doesn't have to be something where you sit down and have to read a half hour. You know, if you do like 10 pages a day, or if you're reading, or if you love audio, I love audio, because I'll stick it in the car and play it, and I get so much more out of it than I do like the radio. I don't even know half these songs anyway, because I'm old. So, or 10 minutes a day. So, and it's just nice, you know, even after you get out of the shower and you're playing this, you know, while you're drying off, you do your 10 minutes. It's great, you know, or even if you use it to wind down 10 minutes before you go to bed, and even if it, or 10 pages, even if it's 5 pages, if it's something that helps feed your soul, you know, even better, because what we're doing is mind, body, spirit. It's everything, you know, and we're not all about the workouts only and eating your food and drinking your shake, you know, that kind of thing. So we just want people to feel good, feel better, you know, as they move along in the process, you know, than they did before they got started. So, so that's about it.
Awesome.
That's about it. Well, you guys all have a great week, and we will see you next Sunday. We'll be back to Sundays at 8:15. And if by chance, I know we talked about doing different days and times before and stuff too, but I think it's going to start to be that Sunday works good for people, especially if they're bachelor people. Not sure. I'll throw it out there. I'm okay. I'm okay doing it kind of whenever. I can even doing it during the day at lunchtime. It really is okay. So, but for right now, we'll go with 8:15 for Sunday, just because we're a week away, and that will help us for people that have questions before day one that maybe we're not on here or are added to the group after. So, but I'll throw the recording up on the group as well, so that'll be there. And Amy, and I'm going to throw this out for everybody, if you guys have people that are asking you what you're doing or how they can get their 21-day fix, it is on sale till the end of, I almost said January. Oh, Lordy. So the end of February, to the end of January next year, get your fix. No, it's on sale, and the challenge packs are on sale, but we have 2 different kinds. One has the 21-Day Fix program or 21-Day Fix Extreme, your choice of Shakeology. That's one pack. And then there's a Kickstart pack that on top of those, you know, 2 choices of programs in your Shakeology, you would get a refresh as well. Both of those are on sale. Now the challenge packs are going to still be available in March, but the difference is you're not saving $20 more. So they're both 20. The Kickstart pack is $25 less right now than what it will be in March, and the regular Extreme pack and the regular 21-Day Fix is $20 less than what it will be in March. So if you have people asking, wanting to order, want to be part of the group, just hook them up with your coach, and they can talk about their needs with your coach, and then we can just educate them on how they can purchase so that they can decide what's best for them. So plenty of time. If someone gets their order, I would say by tomorrow and at midnight, they'll have it in time to start on Monday with us. So that'll be good. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to post this link in our team page, but just comment in the comment section there in that group, and then we'll make sure that we see that, and we'll know that it's connected to what was going on here on this call. So I look forward to seeing you guys next week and getting started with the 21-Day Fix group, where we have our fun little prize. So we will share more with you on the call next week as well, and then I will upload a video as well on what to expect. So Thank you, Amy, for joining me live again. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's totally enjoyable. Love it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. So then maybe I'll see you next Sunday.
That sounds good.
All right. Have a good night, Amy. Bye.